What is up, everybody? My name is Justin French, covering music for those who care, and right now taking a look at the new album from Light the Torch, this one entitled Revival. Now, for those of you who don't know who this band is, this is Howard Jones's band that he started pretty much after he left Killswitch Engage, which is a band that I really do enjoy. You have such albums such as The End of Heartache, which is a metalcore classic, and then you have As Daylight Dies, which is the first album I really ever listened to this band. And Howard left after the release of the self-titled record due to some health issues, but started back up with Devil You Know, and I got a chance to listen to albums like The Beauty of Destruction and They Bleed Red, and I have to say they're pretty okay at best metalcore records. Not great, but they're okay. But however, the band was forced to change the name to Light the Torch due to the ex-drummer of this band wanting part copyright to the name, so they pretty much changed the name of the band and got a new drummer. But this is pretty much this band kind of starting over, which I guess is why they titled this record Revival. And man, I think the title fits pretty well. But anyways, what are my thoughts on this record? I don't think the band could have picked a better title to call this album, in my opinion, other than Revival. I think the way I interpret it is the band is having to start again from ground zero with most of their members, besides one, of course, and having to work their way back up from where they were, pretty much. And there are moments on this thing, musically and lyrically, that are very hard-hitting, whether they are emotionally or something that I do want to headbang to. And I'll also go ahead and say that I think that Light the Torch has better music chemistry than Devil You Know did. And not to say that Devil You Know was a bad band or had bad records, not trying to trash them at all. But I will say that I just don't think those two records really had much of a direction, a clear one at least. There was an interview I found where Howard Jones was kind of talking about the direction and sound for this record, and I just kind of want to read it for a minute. The layout and execution of this album are out of this world. If you're looking for Devil You Know, you are not going to get it. The guys have changed up their sound from that period. It was time for a change. It was time for us to try and stretch our wings. We were really going for songs. The structuring made more sense. I was focused on melody and harmony. I really cut loose. All in all, it was the perfect storm. We had so much fun making this because there were really no restrictions other than creating a heavy and catchy body of work. And I do have to agree with that statement, and especially that last line where he's saying that it's a heavy and catchy body of work, because compared to Devil You Know, this album is really, really more melodic, whether it's in its music side or vocally from Howard. And I have to say, Howard feels a bit stronger vocally on this record than the other two records that he did with Devil You Know. The first single that we got off this record was actually the opening track to it, called Die Alone. And Die Alone is a track where I thought it was a nice showcase as to what's to expect from this group, and to also show us more incorporation of melody into their sound. And I like how it shows off more of a heavier side a good majority of the time, and then whenever it goes into that hook, it really goes cleaner until Howard really belts out, and then it goes into that infectious chorus. And I also am really loving that guitar solo that is in this song, and the drums sound really nice, and the bass just really grooves along to this. And the one lyric I can really remember is that line where they're saying, "You'll be the one to die alone," and I have a feeling, it's probably just me, probably gonna end up getting this wrong, but I'm just saying it, kind of feels like a diss towards their drummer, who I've already stated what controversy has happened, and I'm not going to go too much further into that. Now, besides the track, The Sound of Violence, which is probably the most brutal track you're going to find on here, really heavy, almost like new metalcore guitars you're going to find on this thing, along with Howard's screaming vocals, which I'm sure many of you know him for. You're not going to find very much of that on this record, actually. This is more of a melodic record where it kind of delves into some different territories while kind of keeping a more kind of modern heavy metal sound in it. tracks like Judas Convention, the ending track, and The Great Divide really experiment very well with electronics. And other songs such as Pull My Heart Out, The Safety of Disbelief, and even Lost in the Fire just go for more of a new metal kind of sound. And I think the chemistry here, whether it is musically or vocally, just really kind of clicks a bit more. Other tracks I'm enjoying on this record are tracks like The God I Deserve with its more melodic singing style, along with those staccato guitar riffs. Calm Before the Storm, where it has this really nice fast-paced arena rock sounding chorus while also staying true to the band. And Virus, where you're pretty much getting the best of both worlds on that song. So overall, I'm really enjoying this, and this is such a great return to form for this band. Now, if I did have to say there was a least favorite, at least for me on this record, I probably would say The Sound of Violence, just because it's what I've come to expect from this band. But besides that, even though I did say that, I think there's not one song on this record that I really do find weak, even though I don't really come back to The Sound of Violence as much, honestly. But I will also say that I love how they showcase more melody in this record instead of just going for more of a metalcore kind of sounding record. Howard sounds pretty excellent, and the melodies, the music to this album, while also retaining that heaviness and not straying too far away from this band's sound, while also kind of experimenting with some new sounds along with adding more of this kind of modern heavy metal sound, just brings a lot to this record. I'm really enjoying this a bit more than the Devil You Know records, in my opinion. So overall, I think, in my opinion, this is so far one of my favorites for the year. I think I'm going to have to give it a 9 out of 10 just for how great of a record it was, especially for a return to form. But anyways, y'all, these are my opinions on Revival. What did you think of the album? Definitely comment in the comment section down below. And anyways, y'all, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you all for watching this video. As always, thanks to Infinity on Hannah for these awesome designs. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click right over there to catch up on more content on this channel. If you want to see a previous video that I did, you can click right over there to see that video. And if you want to follow any of my social media links, they are linked down at the bottom. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you soon.